Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video for you that you can have to look back on whenever you need to. So whenever you're doing some multiplication or division and you get stuck, you can bring up this video and hopefully it will help you get unstuck. So I'm just going to work out a few problems so you can see what steps you have to take, and hopefully that will refresh your memory and it will become easy for you again because you were doing so well when we were in the classroom. So here's an example problem. I have the problem 46 times 23. Okay, the first step is going to be to multiply the 3 times the 6. So 3 times 6 is 18, so I'm going to put my 8 here and carry the 1 up here to the tens place. 3 times 4 is 12, plus the 1 is going to be 13. We're going to put our 0 right here because we are moving over to the tens place. We're multiplying in the tens place, so we need to add a 0 here. So we're putting the number in the correct place value, right? So don't forget to put this. That's a mistake that a lot of you made in the past that really messed up your answers. So don't forget your 0. Now we're going to multiply the 2 and 23. So 2 times 6 is 12. There's the 2. The 1 is going to go up here to the tens place. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. After we multiply, we're going to add up our numbers. 8 plus 0 equals 8. 3 plus 2 is 5. And 1 plus 9 is 10. Okay, so your answer to this problem, 46 times 23, is 1,058. It looks a little funny because I'm trying to write sideways. But there's that, okay? I'm going to do one more. Let's do maybe a bigger number. Okay, I'm going to multiply 87 times 56. 6 times 7 is 42. There's my 2, and I brought the 4 up here to the tens place. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 plus 4 is 52. And then I'm going to start multiplying in the tens place, so I need to put my 0 right here and come to this spot. This is the tens place. 5 times 7 is 35. There's the 5, and I'm going to bring my 3 up here. 5 times 8 is 40, plus the 3 is 43. Don't forget my comma for Ray, because he's going to call me out. All right, 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 plus 3 is 8. And nothing plus 4 is 4. So my answer to 87 times 56 is 4,872. Okay? All right, let's do some division problems. All right, let's start with 491 divided by 3. 491 divided by 3. So we know that 3 goes into 4 one time, and 1 times 3 equals 3. We're going to subtract. That's our next step. So 4 minus 3 equals 1. We're going to bring the 9 down. That's our next step. Bring down the 9. So now we have 19. And you're going to ask yourself, how many times does 3 go into 19? 3 goes into 19 6 times. 6 times 3 equals 18. We're going to subtract that. 19 minus 18 equals 1. Okay, and our last step is to bring this 1 down. 3 goes into 11 3 times. 3 times 3 equals 9. We'll subtract those numbers, and that leaves us with 2. Okay, we have no other numbers to bring down, so that means this is the remainder. So our answer to this problem, 491 divided by 3, is 163, remainder 2. All right. Let's do one more division problem. Let's do 6,052 divided by, let's do divided by 7. Okay, so we know that 7 cannot go into 6. That is not something that we can do, but 7 can go into 60. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, how many times does 7 go into 60? If you're struggling with your multiplication facts a little bit, it might be hard for you to just think off the top of your head what you would multiply by 7 to get you closest to 60. But what you could do is start with what you know. Hopefully you know that at least 7 times 7 equals 49. But that's not as close as you can get to 60. You can fit another group of 7 in there at least, right? So 49 plus another group of 7 would be 56. So that means 7 times 8 equals 56, and that's as close as you can get to the number 60. So we're going to say that 7 goes into 60 8 times, and 8 times 7 equals 56. We're going to subtract 60 minus 56 equals 4, and we're going to bring the 5 down. Now here we are again having to think about how many times 7 can go into 45. Let's see, we know that, hopefully we know, that 7 times 6 equals 42. That's as close as we can get to 45. We can't fit another group of 7 in there, so we're going to say up here, 7 goes into 45 6 times. 6 times 7 equals 42. I'm going to subtract, that gives you 3. Okay, and then bring down the 2. And 7 goes into 32. Mason. Go, please. Oh, okay, just a second. I'm sorry. Go. I'll be there in just a second. All right, 7 goes into 32 4 times. And 4 times 7 equals 28. Right, subtract that, 32 minus 28 leaves you with 4. And since you have nothing left to bring down, that means that this is your remainder. So your answer to this problem is 864, remainder 4. All right. One more thing I wanted to clarify again, multiples versus factors, because some of you are a little bit confused about that still, knowing the difference. You know, if I'm asking you what a multiple of 9 is, you're not sure whether to tell me 3 or 18. So let's refresh our memories about that right now too, while I'm making this video. All right, so if I ask you to find me, let's get a number, let's do 12. So we have the number 12. Here we're going to list factors. Here we're going to list multiples. You get the idea, that says multiples. Okay. so on this side, I want to list the factors of 12. So factors are numbers that can be multiplied together to give you the number 12. So if it's a factor of 12, it is going to be less than 12 or equal to or less than 12 if it's a factor. Okay, so factors of 12 would be in order. It's the easiest, I think, to list them in order, so you know you don't miss any. Okay, so factors for 12 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Those are all of the factors of 12. All these numbers can be multiplied together to give you the number 12, and there's nothing else that we can put here. 1 times 12 equals 12, 2 times 6 equals 12, and 3 times 4 equals 12, and that's why they're factors of 12. Now for multiples, if I ask you to give me multiples of 12, you're going to tell me numbers that 12 can go into. So 12 times something would give you this number. Okay, so that, for example, would be, let me just list the first few of them. So 24, 36, 48, 60, and 72. So these numbers are all multiples of 12. Notice that they're all larger than 12. So factors, they will be numbers smaller than the number that you're given. Multiples will be bigger than the number that you're given. You know that these are multiples of 12 because you can multiply 12 times something and it will give you these numbers. So 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36, 12 times 4 is 48, 12 times 5 is 60, and 12 times 6 is 72. Okay, so that is the difference between factors and multiples. I hope it helps you, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you at 10 o'clock. Bye.